hey, go get me a rag. When she go get your rag with the soap on it, you wash your joint with the condom still on. Do you tell her, go get me another rag? Go wet the rag and bring it back.
Your own
then I snatch the condom off, toss it. Then I bring that clean rag back in and clean the whole area. And if I'm really feeling how I be feeling, I'm underneath the sink getting like alcohol or peroxide.
You might get some Dettol.
Yeah.
I just had a flashback,
No,
you guys. I think
I'm keeping it real gangster. I'm underneath the sink getting a handful of alcohol or peroxide rubbing around my joint. I'm like, damn, I'm shaking.
Watching them, man. Who knows my story better than me? Yeah. When I go tell enough for scamming, no one hungry feel like.
Good evening, good night, and good morning. You know where you are. It's the family. I'm here, and I can never leave. And I have my boy beside me, Jahfari.
Hello to each and every one.
This episode, I have two people to introduce that you clearly see. This episode is going to go a little deep for some of you. A lot deeper than I think most of you want to go, but this is the family, so we're going to go there. Let me go to my left first and introduce my guest. He's been here before. Talk to them, QUAWN.
What's going on? What's going on? Y'all gonna see a lot of me. We got a bunch of topics that these guys come up with, and I don't mind engaging. I don't mind getting deep into depth and honest as possible. We can rock and roll.
Let's do it. Also, for those who don't know, this is my son, my prince, my sunshine. Reggie, introduce yourself.
How y'all doing? My name is Reggie. It's my first time doing a podcast. So, I'm just the topic that they talk about today. I could strongly speak on it because I've experienced a lot of whatever is being spoke on in terms of whatever topic they're speaking on.
He's very intellectual. Nobody hit my DM for him. I'll shoot you. Anywho, let's get right into it. I chose this particular topic because Caribbean people on a whole, not just Jamaican, Guyanese, Trinidadian, Bajan, St. Vincent, Haiti. I'm talking to all of us. It's more. I haven't.
Yeah, the Black Americans, white Americans. It's a big topic.
We want to delve. Seriously.
Women in general.
So
make it bigger for everybody.
I want my ladies to get involved with themselves. I get mad a lot of the times because I don't get mad that you guys want to do your bodies. I'm not mad at that. You do your bodies and don't do other important things that you should do about your body or to your body or with your body when you do your body. I don't know if they caught that.
Hopefully it ain't go over their head.
I would hope
they're gonna
not.
get it before the end of the show. They're gonna know.
So we're gonna talk about a certain type of cancer tonight. That I speak on cancer because I'm one of them, and I'm a survivor, and I speak on it strongly, and I believe in it. And I did not have this specific type of cancer, but it's something that's running rampant with women. I'm talking to my Caribbeans 74%, but I'm talking to 100% of women because this is my community. I'm a Black American, yes, but I'm Caribbean. So a lot of y'all talk about you don't have a man this year, and in a year you got 6 men. You done had 6 men in this year. And then Valentine's coming, you mad, you ain't got no man. And you wonder why you don't have a man. And 9 times out of 10, it don't be you, boo. It be the man. But it's where you meet him at. It's where you go to find him at. I'm so sick of these dance hall women running these men like a recycling bin. Jaffa, if you wasn't standing firm in the ground, you'd have had 27 baby mothers in dance hall. 27. I promise.
27 and 2
27.
possibles.
And 2 possibles. His mother would have been asking for DNA on them 2.
Word.
Because she know all her grandbabies. You understand? Like,
Sad.
they running a race with their vaginas. I'ma use me before I ask one of y'all a question. I was on another show, and it was a debate about who got to get out and run the streets. And I'm sitting there listening to 3 women on this panel and other people on the live talking, and I go, damn. And see my son right there, if I lie, he could stop me. I never got the chance to be fucky because I was selling drugs. I never got the opportunity to hit Tom, Dick, and Harry because I was real hustling. See my son right there. Before he was 7, his passport looked like a coloring book because every trip I took, they went.
As you should.
Nobody had to know I was using them as an undercover so that people wouldn't stop me and ask to see what's in my stomach.
Word.
You feel me?
That's a fact.
See him sitting right there. I'm lying, I'm flying. Y'all go for a race. Y'all racing to see who could fuck the most. Excuse my language, but I gotta keep it very blunt with you. What is the race about? What do you think as a man? I'm gonna ask all of you.
What I really think is basic. They don't understand that their body keeps the score. They don't understand that their body keeps the score.
I think, well, earlier I was talking before I came, and some people lost. They don't know themselves. So it can be, these are opinions. So we don't want to say we styling people. These are opinions. So I was saying earlier, when I was young, I was lost. So when I mean I was lost, I was the black sheep. So I felt like I wasn't popular enough. You know what I'm saying? So once I got to the street, I got popular. So I felt like I'm going for all the girls that didn't want me, that played me. So once you got past a certain number, it got boring to me. You know what I'm saying? Because I understand when a real woman says, when I give myself to a man, we're bonding.
That part.
I didn't understand that.
That part.
You understand what I'm saying?
That part.
So now I can relate. I'm 43 years old, so I understand now as a black man, you do have to respect a woman. When you younger, you're not thinking about that. And when men trick them with shiny things like, you know what I mean? And that's how they catch them.
Now let me ask my son, who is that young man that we talking about, right? But let me also drop this gem real quick. My son is not the average young man. Now, from your point of view, Pop, with the women that you had the opportunity of gracing, or the women that attempted to want to talk to you and you didn't, what is it about them now? Because you're in that age to say, you see it. What is it now that's like, again, he's different, y'all. Okay. So mark his words. He's not the average fucky teen. Okay? Go ahead, Papa.
So you saying what's different about the women that I've had in the past to me now?
No, you don't have a past. You're only 21. You don't have a real past.
A pass is yesterday. He got a pass. You got a pass because he ain't doing what he was doing yesterday. He ain't talking to the same women he was talking to last year.
But he's been this way for the past couple years. That's why I say he's a different species.
Yeah.
So I want to know, like, even the women that approach you, because my son has women that approach him. He's a lookable, handsome guy. So what do you say to them? The things that you say to your mother when you come in my room and tell me stuff about what you done?
Oh, I mean, what would I say in that specific situation you saying right now?
Yes.
I mean, I usually just like, all right, you can have a nice day. Like, I ain't gonna really like too much talk to you. Cause like, I ain't gonna get too much words out of me. Like, I feel like you gifted if you like, you great if I talk to you for a long period of time. But at the same time, like, let me differentiate something. Cause like, for example, my mama friends, like, if me and you having a good conversation and they come in on it and I'm already good, that don't mean we there. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, if I bring myself out to speak to you, like you gotta cherish that shit. Cause I don't just speak to nobody. Like you gotta be like, I'm saying, I be feeling like I feel like personally like I'm him. So you can't not like if I'm speaking to you, hustle, you gotta just.
So you don't. So what you're saying is you don't even speak to them. The energy doesn't allow you to speak to them if they not her and she don't consider you as him.
I mean now, yeah.
Okay.
Like, yeah.
So 2 years ago, let's say 2 years ago, to you that would have just slept with anyone.
Yeah.
How do you see that? Is your perception of women that are like that?
That shit filthy. So I feel like me personally, I don't know, I was filthy for me. Like I was fucking wrong. So when y'all talking about the raw shit, I was just listen to y'all talk. But like I was fucking wrong, anything wrong. I used to get so high to like I used to be fucking and be like, I'm hitting this shit raw. So it's like, I'm like, why this shit feel so good? And when you fucking, I look down, I'm raw, I'm hitting this shit raw. Next thing I'm doing, I'm by the toilet, please don't burn for me. So I be good. So I'm saying, I ain't ever burned nothing like that, but I be good, but.
You lucked up.
You see what I'm saying?
And I'm 45 and I ain't never burned or been in that kind of situation. But I'm I'm one of those type of dudes. I probably got 3 or 4 under my belt that I had unprotected sex with. Because it's like, I'm a germaphobe when it comes to that kind of stuff.
That's how he is now. You had to grow up.
I look at their hair. I don't want to offend nobody, but I look at their hair. Her shit too curly. Her skin too good, man. She might be sick. I'm nervous, man. I'm looking at everything. I'm paying attention to everything. If I see a picture of you and your eyes was this way and now they're a little sunk in, I'm thinking for the worst, but that's because I'm that type of person when it comes to life. And that's something that made me survive the way I survived because I come into every situation looking with a side eye trying to figure it out before I engage or engulf myself in certain things. Like, so if a woman says she had unprotected sex with me, she ended up being my girl. Like it was somebody, and it took in between 8 months to 2 years for me to do it. It's like the very first time it's done. Any chick who ever dealt with me on that note, which is very few, will tell you I was quiet for 2 or 3 days afterwards. You know what I mean? I was on pins and needles.
Worried,
like I hope she didn't burn me or give me an STD. I hope she didn't get pregnant. I got 4 children, 3 daughters and a son, all by one mother. And if in a perfect world, I would be with her today. But we wasn't on the same page. But I knew for a fact, we got 3 kids. She ain't gave me no STDs or nothing. I think I could live here forever.
Right.
But it didn't work out. So I had to go back into that world again. And now I'm in that world like, man, has she always been this thin? You know what I mean? Was she a big girl and got small because she's sick?
Are you serious?
Yeah, I think like that. And it's like I'm looking at everything. You know what I mean? But I'm the guy who on a date, I'm looking at your fingernails. I'm looking at your knots to see if your knots bleached in your wig. You know what I mean? I'm paying attention to that detail. I can tell if you got on individuals or you got on single lashes. You know what I mean? Like I could look and say, okay, those individuals, she got the strip on, so she ain't putting that detail in there. I'm in your bathroom and I'm going to use the bathroom. I'm looking around. You know what I mean? She got a bunch of medicine in her cabinet. Yeah, I think it's going to be a short night because I'm strapping up for the AIDS, but she might have herpes.
That part.
You know what I mean? Or something else that I'm unfamiliar with. You know what I mean? So I'm in there looking around. I'm looking for tidiness. I'm looking to see how many rags hanging in the bathroom. All of that stuff.
Okay, so what about, all right, so here we go with this disease that I wanted to talk about, cervical cancer. How do you know? I did a little bit of research on my own because of too many people around me was getting it. And I'm not saying if it ain't in your family, you can't get it, because once upon a time, that's what it was. It had to be hereditary, remember? Now it's possibly in the damn water. It's in the sodas. It's in the meats that we eat.
No one really know. They just come up with anything that suffice and soothe the thought of the public. Whatever make us feel good, they tell us.
That's what
they say.
Tell
eat an
us.
apple a day, then they say, hey, apples cause this problem or cause that problem. So we can't listen. We got to keep our faith in the man upstairs and
That's it.
rock and roll.
I believe it's definitely the food that caused a lot of it. But going back to the cervical cancer, and you saying that a lot of it caused from, it's now they're saying it's sexual. But
no, they always said that. So they didn't just say it. They always said it. It's just that the women that have come up with it lately.
So you trying to tell me that
it's
almost like you got the dudes that's pounding the inside of them that's tearing up their insides too?
You could be pounding with 6 inches of penis, though. That doesn't mean anything.
What it is, a lot of the times, it's STDs that go untreated.
No, I'm serious. Yeah, because again, like QUAWN said earlier, a lot of these things stay dormant in your body. You could have 100 tests from January 1 to January 1 of the next year, and it could say nothing. And you're going for a surgery or you're getting a one accident and it comes up. And you're like, wait a minute, I go to my doctor regularly, and there's nobody to sue or be mad at. It lay dormant in your body.
Okay, so but a lot of that too, it's like he was saying earlier, when he was younger, he just was going in anything, like he was swimming. Now, with that being said, and I think they need to do this more often. I remember it's William Street, I think. William Street in Newark. Used to go to the free clinic there. And what made me really take it serious, I think I was about 19 or 18, more say 18. And I had sex with a girl. And you really don't know yourself at 18.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you saw the pre-cum. I'm thinking I had STD. It was pre-cum. I didn't know, I'm being honest.
Right.
And the doctor, she came in and she's like, you know, and now it's popping up in my head. All I remember, my mom said, you think you could just go have sex with these girls, you might catch AIDS or catch, and now it's popping up in my head. But back in the day, if you remember, the doctors used to play with you, make you think you got AIDS. They'll drag it out. Well, you know what could come.
Yes,
you don't do this.
yes, they still do it today.
Well, a lot don't practice it because some just get the money and go. But I do think that you have to take it serious. Because even though I was young, I remember in our day and age, they was giving out condoms. They used to give me big bags of the little cheap condoms, but you took them. Yeah. But you was swimming, boy.
Said it to me. He was like, oh, Ma, I did it wrong. When you came in my room and you told me, you got to stop telling me things.
He said, man,
remember that experience?
I don't remember that one.
Nah, I probably remember telling you that I went in some shit raw, but like, it was one of two things. It was either that it was consecutive, like with different women on the same day, or like it was either the fact that it was consecutive with different women on the same day, or but then again, at the same time, I was sort of using what he was saying as my defense to when I would go in girls. Like, oh, her ears look decent and her hair look decent and her skin shining, so boom. And when she pulled her pants down, her back shot window don't smell like nothing. I'm fucking this shit, and I'm feeling good. Like, cause this thing, I'm saying,
yeah, that's something that
you know what I'm saying.
Some jokers don't pay attention to, and some do. I'm one who pay attention. I guess I'm too dainty when it comes to that kind of shit. But if
be dainty,
I'm
nigga.
beating something
please
from the
be
back,
dainty,
and that shit come up, we go.
Yeah, please be dainty.
It throw your whole stroke off. To be honest,
because you be lost damn near.
Yeah, you be lost, and you putting in pain. You putting in pain. That's your whole motive. Your whole motive is to put that work in, and at the close of the day, something come up, and that shit go.
Yeah, fuck
it
you
throw
up.
your whole stroke off.
Shit crying.
Now you ain't even going in all the way.
No,
the
because
way you was.
don't you soften up?
Now your man's starting to get like, he like, yo,
it's like,
bro, I ain't with this one. And you like, listen, champ, we in here already. Let's go. But
so this is where
he on some shit like, we not doing this. So now she looking back at you, and you in your head like, damn, did she poop before I got here, or she don't know how to wipe good?
Yeah.
And it changed things. She the one who don't get the phone call back. You know what I'm saying? That's the one who you tell, hey, go get me a rag. When she go get your rag with the soap on it, you wash your joint with the condom still on. Then you tell her, go get me another rag. Go wet the rag and bring it back.
Your own
then I
thing.
snatch the condom off, toss it. Then I bring that clean rag back in and clean the whole area. And if I'm really feeling how I be feeling, I'm underneath the sink getting like alcohol or peroxide.
You
And
might
I'm
get
just,
some Dettol.
I might
QUAWN
get
just had a flashback,
No,
you
I'm
guys.
t-
I think
I'm keeping it real gangster. I'm underneath the sink getting a handful of alcohol or peroxide rubbing around my joint. I'm like, damn, I hope she didn't give me herpes or nothing or anything nasty because she had a smell come from back there that I didn't notice until.
And this is what a lot of women
Mid-business.
aren't paying attention to. Let me tell you what I found out a couple years ago that they figure would fix that scent. It's something called Norform.
Man, them Norforms is just as bad.
I never
man.
knew. It's a little thing that's shaped like a triangle.
And they put 2 or 3 up there and it melt down and dissolve. It's a temporary fix.
It's soft. And it's like a deodorant for the vagina. And they put it up inside their vagina and it lets it smells like whatever scent that they put on the box.
It's a temporary fix. And if a chick need them, she ain't moving real right. That means somebody throwing her pH off. She letting too many niggas smash.
Her pH been off.
Listen, look. She letting too many niggas smash or somebody
I found
coming
out
in.
about those a few
because
years
what
ago. I was
happens
shocked.
when a woman go through her monthly cycle, everything break down
Cleans
and
cleans
cleans
out.
itself.
Yeah.
So you give her,
Yeah.
let's say she on her period for 5 days, you give her 7 or 8.
Yes.
You don't touch her for 2 or 3 days
Yes.
after everythting stops.
So you give her 13 days total?
Should.
No,
You
not
sh-
13.
well,
you give her like 7 or 8.
You
What
should.
it is it rejuvenates her womb.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It cleans her yoni. You might as well say.
Literally.
But what happens is when it comes down to it, it's like it's coming down. It's supposed to be over. But if she still have a stench after that, that means somebody
It's
coming
not
in her too
normal.
much, or
Yeah.
you're coming in her too much. It's not normal.
not.
You
It's
throwing
not.
pH off.
And I go back to this. Selling your body, I'm not hating on nobody that does that for a living. Some women lack education and they don't know anything else. There's a way to take care of your body and protect it. I want you all to think about it. Not your regular every 6-month gynecologist visits, not your regular mammograms that are mandatory, especially for you women that do your bodies and put all of that stuff inside. I'm not knocking you, but take care of you. You go do your body for 10 grand, your vagina hanging out like bat wings. Let's tighten that up first. Let's start there.
Nah, let's start with the teeth. And
I mean,
I'm
if
not,
you're gonna
I'm
do
not
your
one
body,
to talk. I can't
if
do
you
too
not-
much
if you
talking
go-
about it, but you went out and spent 20 grand on your body and your grill ain't right. You gotta
It's the little things
prioritize.
that I want, it's the little things that I want you guys to focus on. As women, we should pay attention to us. Not for another human being, but for us. Cervical cancer is killing a lot of us. It's taking a lot of us out. It's not being friendly, fair, or nice. And I just want us to think better. I want us to do better. Vitamins, supplements. Knock down some of these partners, bro. You can get a good fuck buddy, with just consistently pay, one, You don't need 30, bro. That should
And
be
stop
killing me.
letting everybody ejaculating, y'all. That's
What?
what's causing the cervical cancer.
No, facts.
Stop
Facts.
letting everybody come in there.
It's not that much money in the world. It's not that much money in the world. We are back. If you like, love, even if you dislike, click and still subscribe. It's the family dose of it, brought to you by @partners.com, the quickest way to get you a job. We know that's an issue right now.
They need a
so
job.
let's do that. We're gonna go back in really quickly on this cervical cancer topic, really quickly before we
Cancer.
move on. Cancer on a hold, and we'll talk about the other umbrellas of it at another time. But I really want to get into. I was just saying to QUAWN, there is a couple years ago I found out about this ship, this $1 million yacht that these Arabs are on, or billionaires.
Yeah.
And they invite these girls for 40, 50 grand per girl for 5 days. They shit on them, they piss on them, they
make
gang
them do a
rape
bunch
them.
of different
Make
stuff
them do
for
a-
the money. You can't call it gang rape because they know
You
what they're
can't.
going there for.
You can't. You're
And
right.
what it is from what I hear about, is a lot of stuff that go on in Dubai. People, they get up,
Yeah.
they go out there,
Yeah.
and they go out there and make a living, but
Yeah.
they forget about the small things. They forget about all the pathogens,
And
all
that's
the
when you
different things
come
they could
back
get.
with that stuff.
They forget about the HPV. They forget about all of those different things that happen because they jumping up at 15, 16 years old
So they
following
just
their older sisters to go out there and make it
25,
happen.
26, 24 years old. Just
So how did you find out about this?
this was okay. So a girl on social media talked about it. She had went live and she said her friend invited her and she was like, 30 grand? Hell yeah, I'm gonna go. She said day 2, she wanted to go home. They gave her a $10,000 deposit before she left. They said she's not getting another dollar because she's leaving before the 5 days is up. She said, I don't ever want to be able to have a price on me like that. Because yes, this girl is living the life. And again, we talk about social media playing a whole role in these young girls coming up, seeing these other women with bodies, fake bodies, and Birkin bags, and Chanel and Gucci, and you don't know what their body went through to get that. So the lack of you knowing and understanding turns you into a statistic.
They become sheep. And at the close of the day, what people don't realize is these lifestyles that everybody living on social media is just social.
So what is y'all saying? Y'all saying that these were American girls that went
Yeah,
there?
these are American
These are
girls.
how
social
did they
girls. They come
find
from
them?
everywhere.
So it's just like the apps, sugar daddy apps, and and
Instagram,
OnlyFans
word of
and
mouth.
Instagram.
It don't take
they
nothing.
see a woman, and if they say you a rich billionaire from Dubai, you have several assistants. You tell 7 of them, search for me beautiful women to go on this yacht in August. He's asking you to do this in December. Your whole job for the next 3 months is to find him bitches. And you bring him a list from Instagram and you bring him pictures and you say, what about this one? This one he picks and he
he
picks
jump
and he
in
picks.
the DM and show them that his money real.
And they go.
And they go. Because a lot of them come from nothing or they want to live that Instagram lifestyle.
And Instagram is a fraud.
It's a fraud.
Facebook is a fraud.
Half the
Twitter is
chicks
a
that-
fraud.
So
Half the
you're
chicks
saying
that
they're
have
not
to-
looking, and that's why you pushing it now
Yeah.
about the cervical cancer.
Because they're not
and
thinking.
these STDs is
Yes.
bringing these cervical
It
cancer.
is. It's the majority. The majority of women are ending up with cervical cancer, and it's killing them.
They
They
end
go
up
to
with
the-
a lot of stuff, man.
They
It's
go to
more
the
than
hospital.
just
and
cancer. All these different
digging hole-
diseases.
It's a lot of diseases. The STDs are bananas. You go to a foreign country. First of all, when they go, the woman said they made them take a full health check. Do they take a full health check and give it to them to make sure they clean? So you shit on me and piss on me and 30 of y'all sleep with me. Do I know y'all are clean? But y'all have to know I'm clean to give me the deposit. I just want women to value themselves more. And I say this because I'm finally a mother of a girl. I have 3 boys grown, 27, 21, and 17. My daughter's the last of the Mohicans. She's 16.
You just told me your age too, but we're not going to.
I'm 45. I'm not
Oh,
ashamed.
you ain't afraid. Go ahead.
Not ashamed.
Go ahead.
I look
Yeah,
good. I
but-
look good.
Yeah, but how do you want to change these women' views on how they feel? They want the glitz, the glamour. They want the Birkin bag. So if they figure, listen, some of these dudes, they could go in there with the dude and it'd be for 5 minutes. They like, well, I laid on my back for 5 minutes. I'm not saying it's right. I'm just telling you from a perspective. You just said Dubai, and I'm like, first thing popped up. My mind was like, damn, hush puppy. I didn't even know he was dating Black China.
Right.
You know what I mean? Just
Right.
for seeing him on Instagram eating the big filet mignon and all these
mignon.
big steaks and so people it's like now if you was to go and meet a chick right now in the club, if you driving a dope car, you guaranteed the number you smash, and maybe the next day you take her out eat. So they don't understand the value of their body. You know what I'm
What they
saying?
gotta do is they gotta realize that the body keeps the score. Everything you do to your body in this life while you stuck in it is going to surface at one point or the other. You know what I mean? Mentally, financially, physically, every type of lead you could come into is going to show. Your body keeps the score. It's going to, everything that you do to it is going to pop out. You drink, it's going to show later. You go out and have unprotected sex, it's going to show later. You don't take care of yourself mentally. You don't give yourself a mental break from this worldly world we live in, it's going to show later. You know what I mean?
Okay. So to answer your question, I tell women like I tell you, my friend. It's not who you meet, it's where you meet them. People, places, and things.
Now, what you do,
How
how you do it.
Go somewhere else. Let me move this. Go somewhere else. Not the regular place one I used to. Everybody in the dance hall, fuck out. They are recycling. Them have the liquor sign on them with the 2 circles. Go somewhere else. And I'm not saying this to you like it's something I don't say to people I love, because I say it to my friend right here, Jahfari. I say it to my son. Places that we go and we hang out every day, these are my friends. I don't see them as objects to sleep with. Go somewhere else outside of your realm. Take yourself on a date. Go somewhere outside of what is normal to you, ladies.
Yeah, but if they go outside of their normal realm, they go into these places because that's what enticed them. That's what they want to see. I hear what you're saying. They're not going to go to a golf tournament. They're not going to go certain places.
No, but that's why you take yourself out of your regular comfort zone.
Well,
I go to places, and this is only.
But listen, you just said you woke up and you realized you were chasing money when you were younger, but you realized that it's more to your body and it's your temple. A lot of people ain't find themselves to understand that's a temple. You know what I mean? And then some people feel like, now even with you saying that, that's scary to me. Like, damn, if you so sexual, you could catch a disease, catch cervical cancer. But listen what I'm saying. You not too long read that and acknowledged that. I keep telling y'all and understand what I'm saying. A lot of people, even in their 50s, still haven't found themselves. They lost. You understand? So when you telling somebody in society now that, listen, bro, because this is how, listen, I was one of them. Right. I remember, prime example, when I was younger. Yo, listen, yo, you cute. Let me take you out. Yeah, I'll take you shopping. I'll put a bag on you. Some at work, a real woman ain't gonna work with.
Right.
Yeah.
So when you younger, that's what we thought. So again, it's easy to say. You said cervical cancer. That's a form of you dying too.
Yes, it is. You can die.
They should be scared of AIDS. They wasn't scared of that. So why they gonna be scared of cervical cancer?
Hold on, I'm gonna tell you why. Because all of the young people aren't the same. I'm gonna use Jamaican John. We just had her here.
Yeah.
All the young people ain't the same.
So that's where
and some of them in the last 3 to 5 years have found their self-worth. They still smutting, but they have something. They've decided to go get an LLC. They've decided to rent that little corner shop to do lashes or hair or whatever. So they're not necessarily all just down and out like back in them times. I'm just saying, for the ones now, right now, today, what is today's date? The 17th? The 16th, right now, I'm talking to y'all. Come close. It's not about what you have or what you look like. Please understand, if you did your body, Renee, Ashley, Tamika, Susan, Shauna, Keisha, Renee, Tiffany, Alexa, they did their body too.
Don't
You're
play
not
with
nicer
Susan.
than
I
them.
thought Susan body was real.
Susan body done too.
Oh, man. She just threw them all under the bus. I'm out of here. I don't have nothing to do with it. Susan, Renee,
I'm just
Keisha.
saying. I'm
putting my hood on now because they might be shooters.
Give a shit about your womb.
Respect your body. That's the key to what we're saying.
Temple.
Respect your body and know what you put on it and in it will eventually resurface. It's going to be hitting to the public. You got to wake up in that body. You got to live in that body for the rest of your life. Everything you do to it is yours. You put it on you.
You always smell yourself before someone else smells you. I want you guys to just respect you more. Think about what goes in. I'd rather
just
play
let
with
them
myself.
know. Put it out there. Like, listen.
Just
slow down on the sex.
You're not gonna be able. You gotta scare them. You gotta scare them. There's no just saying slow down.
Up on the sex,
You're gonna
gotta
die.
Let them know.
You are going to die if you remain fucky.
What you gotta let them know
End of
is
story.
to be patient.
Hello, everyone. We're back. Thank you for tuning in to the family. Lips, take it from here.
You know the Schweppes, the family, aka the Doseofit. Click, subscribe. You want to know what's going on. This episode is brought to you by App Partners, the quickest way to get employment fast. What we are doing today is different from any of the episodes that we've had before because we want to go into things that are really real, not just gossip or drama amongst
Mental
ourselves.
health.
This is serious. Mental health is a serious and real thing. I know growing up as Caribbean, they told us, drink ginger ale, go ahead, bed. You're not mad. Nothing, dear. Stop chat foolishness. Go sleep.
So excuse me. So basically, in so many words, what she's saying to you is you can go to a therapist. Is that what you're saying in so many words?
You should go to a therapist. All my life, I was raised by a Rastafarian woman. Well, prior to that, a drug lord. But the way she raised us wasn't closeted or closed. She didn't really sugarcoat anything for us growing up. That's how I am with my own kids. It's just very blunt and it is what it is. So when I came to her at the ripe old age of like 29, not knowing I had issues, my mother didn't tell me to go drink tea or go lay down. She told me, if you think you need to talk to somebody, talk to them. And that's what I did. And not all of us have those parents because Caribbean parents don't see things like that. You can't mad. You cannot mad. We're not mad. Something wrong with you. Take some Robitussin.
Yeah, but that's something big that is going on with a lot of different communities.
In the community, period.
Because even with us, we grew up Newark, New Jersey, East Orange, we all in the hood. The first thing that you're taught is keep those emotions.
Mm-hmm.
You can't cry.
Mm-hmm.
You're a punk or you're a pussy.
Mm-hmm.
You laugh too much, motherfuckers ain't gonna take you serious.
Mm-hmm.
You joke too much, they're not gonna take you serious. If you too quiet, they're gonna think you scared. So they kill every emotion that you could possibly
Try to have
as a child. So as adults, we don't know how to process our emotions, and then we don't have anybody to go to because it's a generational thing. It's been going on before we was. When our parents was going through mental health issues, it was go lay down, go drink a ginger ale. Oh, you must have got a fever, go give them a Tylenol. But when you think about it, it's still going on now simply because we as a people usually are too proud to go sit on someone's couch or go to some hospital and talk to somebody because we don't want to be looked at as crazy. We too afraid to be crazy.
Shame.
Yeah, we're ashamed and we're afraid of it as well. If you have a crazy thought in your head that may cause problems, you'll suppress it. You won't act on it if you're smart, unless you want to go to jail or whatever.
Right.
But you don't want to admit to nobody, hey, I'm having crazy thoughts. I'm having these thoughts because they're going to think you crazy. And crazy have such a negative stigma.
Stigmatism.
Cut that stigmatism that we don't want to admit to it. Nobody want to admit to it. We all keep our crazy in our head, no matter what we go through, unless it's something that is solved by somebody else. For the most part, if nobody else see it or pick up on it, we keep it to ourselves.
Yes.
So do our children.
But it creates a monster. I'm going to use myself as an example, right? My life was not perfect. Well, let me stop lying. It was until I got of the age of understanding. And I made my own rules. Because I grew up, even though my father left, he was a big drug dealer and took care of us, my mother never stopped doing everything. We got to go talk about these parents. Because a lot of these parents are only 15 years older than the child that they've created. So, with that being said, everything that I've done, when I went to prison and I couldn't be with my kids, it's because I chose to. Right? We stepped out of what was right to do what we wanted to do.
We made our own decisions, and we got to lay in the bed for the most part, but we make them under poor tutelage. All of our bad decisions are decisions that we had to make. I mean, we wasn't privy to certain information that's allotted to us. We didn't know about some of the things that could have made difference or
But
made
that's
change
why I
in our
want
life.
people to stop using their past as a reason to be bad or mean to people now. I use myself again. My own half brother molested me when I was 8.
Crazy.
If you sit here, this is my son, and you ask him the type of life he lived, aside from us going homeless and having to live on somebody else's floor until we got it right, that was my fuck up. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. We all have them.
So, with that being said, I say that to say this. We allow other people, other outside things to come in and make a change within us. If I didn't have such a grounded son, I wouldn't have my son. He'd be lost to the streets.
That's a fact.
So I say that to say the mental health issues that these young kids and young men and young women go through now is because they didn't have real parents. And then when you get a parent that don't know, she lost, because a lot of us be lost. There's no manual. Instead of catching yourself and trying to save your child from something, that's like the kids, like the women that go on the news and say, my baby was no killer.
You got 30 bodies. He got 30 bodies, but he was no killer.
I hate it for them. That's where a lot of the root of this mental health situation where people come from. You can be a drug dealer. You and Jaffa sit before me as men that grew out of your
Elements. True.
Right?
But you gotta want to grow out of that element. You can't just feel like you just gonna grow
That's
out of
why
that
I'm going to put
element.
it on you and QUAWN. I want y'all to grab 2 niggas from the hood.
They might kill you.
No.
We got to make them
pause.
shake their mental illness.
Yeah, you
first.
have to.
No,
You have
no.
to. I want you to. You have to. Because you don't know where they at. You don't know where they are.
And the key to that, keeping it 100, from my perspective, the key to helping is being an open book, being honest. Let them know about the ins, the outs, the rounds, the ups and the downs. When we give limited information, we can't teach nobody nothing.
What you
You
say
can't-
just now?
Limited information. We only giving them the things that was given us. We only making them privy to certain situations.
Not
you gotta give them
everything.
the ins and outs. I've been robbed. I've been shot. I've been
Yes.
stabbed.
Yes.
I've been set up. I done been betrayed
Not
by
just the
family
glory.
members and
Yes.
friends. You got to
Yes.
give them the goods and the bads, the ins and outs. And at times, we forget to do that. Know what I mean? Because we're too proud to talk about certain things, or we forgot about those certain things because we've been living high on the hog for so long. Know what I mean? But
And it's guys like y'all that are no longer in the realm that they don't have.
Yeah,
Because all they have now is some
they got to be willing
but-
to take it as well, though.
But as you get older, you got to understand. If you go talk to a younger generation, say, for example, you don't break it down
Right.
that you in the streets.
Right.
Their mindset is, can't tell me nothing.
Yeah, but you
understand what
have
I'm
to
saying?
break it down to them that you
Yeah,
were
but
that guy.
Sometimes you just gotta put that work in, and it gotta be in your heart. It can't be nothing you doing because it's a good thing to do. It gotta be in your heart. I've spoken to a bunch of younger guys, showed them war wounds. My body looked like a pincushion under these clothes. I mean, I got scars everywhere. Why? Because your body keeps the score. I mean, so all the shit that I was into, I paid for it. I got evidence. When I get up and take a shower, and I look at myself while I'm getting dressed, and I say, God damn.
Been
Somebody
through it.
lay up with this guy and see this scar. So it's not only my scar now, it's her scar
It's
because
her
she got to
scar.
see this nasty.
Right.
But you got to give them all the ins and outs. I mean, they got to be willing to take it, and you got to be willing to give it, knowing that some of these people suffer from mental health. We're dealing with a bunch of crack babies born off of meth, babies born off of all of these different drugs. So it's not like teaching the kid with ADHD. It's a little bit more
little
work
more
simply
harder.
because they have some of these kids ain't been out the hospital until they was fucking 5 or 6 months old. You're supposed to be out the hospital in 3 days. You've been in there for
Yeah.
9 months. You had your first birthday in the hospital because you was a crack baby, but now you expect for me to be able to come and talk to you and it be easy. I know it's not going to be easy.
Right.
I mean, because I know where they coming from, and I know you got to beat it into the rock.
But
because
a lot of the mental health, it play not only just the crack things. She said on the topic earlier, a lot of the problems we have is molestation, family members touching.
And that's bigger
There's
than
a
most
lot
people
of
know
predators
about.
out here. It's so much thing. And I learned this especially in our community. Most of black women, it's been their family members and they keeping that secret.
A lot of black women, like a
So
large
that's
majority.
where you meet a woman and you wonder like, yo, why you so violent? Why you know?
Why are you like this?
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask my son because we've had to go through some things. And not on anyone else's account, on mine. Like I just said, we was homeless. We went from living in hillside
And I think
in a townhouse.
and I think people appreciate the honesty.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people front and they
No, you
can't. I could speak for the fans, your fans, they appreciate the honesty because it's a lot of people out here stressing, they don't know how they gonna make it.
You live in your car,
It's a fact.
I want to salute you. Why? Because I know people in dance hall today, right now, February 16th, that live in a car and them look nicer than someone who will beard and get dressed out on the house. And I ask Christ.
But God bless them.
I got to take my hat off to him. I take my hat off to
Man.
anybody who living in a car. I've been there, not to the point where it was long-term living, but I had to stay in my car a night or two periodically. Me and my girl might have had a beef and I didn't want to go spend money in a hotel. I didn't feel like driving because it was a point in time I rode around with no license.
No, man,
So,
them living at that.
It's 12 o'clock at night. I'm sleeping in my car.
Them
And it was
living at
the
that-
scariest, craziest shit I could ever went through. So I take my hat off to anybody
This
with an
is-
elongated stay in the car.
This is
One night was
2024.
torture.
I've been in my house now 5 years.
So what did you want to ask your son about?
I'm about to say this and then ask him. 2016, 2018, got an apartment, and my son didn't unpack no clothes for 7 months. Because he said, you're going to lose this place and we're going to be homeless again.
I didn't want to pack.
He didn't want to unpack shit. He lived out a plastic bin for months. So my goal every day is to make sure he never doubts me. Even at this age. So I asked him, because we slept on Dee Dee's floor for 8 months before we got that one bedroom that we all shared, me, you, and your grandmother. Tell them what that was like for you. What you saw me as. What you...
I mean, for me, you know, like, you a kid, so, like, you gonna be mad and shit. Like, you gonna want things, like, you gonna want, like, you know, you gonna want a haircut, you gonna want these pants, and you gonna wonder why you wearing these clothes and these shoes, this shit hurting your feet, or whatever the case may be, but, you know. I mean, now, personally, I look at it as a blessing, because it molded me. I'm who I am today, like, you feel me? Because of it. But at the time, I say I was angry all the time, every day. I'm going to school, I'm mad as hell. You know, I made little friends that, you know, I'm happy to be close with today. You know, some of them not here, whatever the case may be. But you feel me? Like, I mean, now I'm happy for it. I don't even think on it too much. Like, a lot of shit I don't need because it ain't positive. So
Remember what I
even,
said to you today? Do you ever have a moment of appreciation?
Nah, yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, yeah, like randomly, I'll just sit there. I'll be watching my TV and then sometimes I'll just get an urge and I'll turn my shit off and I'll be like, damn, like, I'll be doing some shit like, and I'm chilling, like, I ain't dead, like, you know, so I'll be vibing, I'll be happy and shit. I ain't
Turn
dead.
the negative into a positive.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta look at, like, how I look at it is, like, all the negative shit I've been through put like this. This is how I really be thinking in my head. It's probably a little ignorant, but, like, all the negative shit you've been through, whatever shit in your streets, your homies past, whatever, that shit made you a warrior in a garden. A lot of these motherfuckers is harmless. You can't be at peace if you harmless. That's how I really believe in my head. Like, so it's like, all this little dangerous little goof shit was doing as kids, like, it made me able to be dangerous. I'm at peace with myself. I'm chilling. But I know if that shit happened, I could turn the switch to protect myself. You feel me?
Definitely.
Like, you see what I'm saying?
Definitely.
Like, so I look at it as me being happy, like, damn, I've been through some shit, but it made
You
me
saying
good.
your bumps and bruises
You know what I'm saying?
created the man you
You see
are
what I'm saying?
now.
Like, yo, so
That
I
means
be-
you could take the good or you
know
could
what I'm
take the
saying?
bad.
Yeah, you feel me? Like, you know?
But why? Because, you know, from me hearing, maybe my perception could be wrong.
Yeah.
So I don't want to make the wrong. I don't want to say the wrong thing.
Yeah.
So your mother, to me, how it sounded like she felt guilty because she couldn't provide for you, and she felt that you looked down on her.
Yeah.
So I need you to talk into the mic, look at your mother, and tell her was ignorance, and that ain't how you felt.
At the time, he did.
Nah. Looking back on it now, I say it was certainly ignorance. You know what I'm saying, but I like to be reassured of something. You know what I'm saying. So I always been like, if I'm not reassured of something, I'm not gonna believe it. And whenever I do accept something I'm not reassured on, it always break down and fail. Every time, any situation, anytime, like even now. You know what I'm saying? So me not being reassured, the months that I had it in the bin, then I took it out, it reassured me like, well, we ain't leaving. Because we done been evicted not just one time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we have only once. Come on, when we stayed with them girls on Weekway, that wasn't an eviction. Them bitches got put out.
I'm talking about the same hillside apartment. We got evicted 2 times. We got kicked out of the apartment.
Let them speak.
We was
Out of the same place?
We was evicted for 1 year. We went back. You surprised me, and then we got kicked out again. And that's when we went to Diddy's house.
When we left Ponchi's, we got kicked out of our one apartment twice.
We went.
You right.
You know what I'm saying?
You right.
So feel me like.
So
Right.
Now, as a mother, I respect you because you could be honest with it. And go back to the mental health. Some kids can't speak to their parents. And I'm going to say this. I applaud you as a young man, and I respect you for being honest as a woman.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say this to you as a black man. You know what I mean? Speaking to you and understanding that people go through things. And your mother probably wasn't in the right place at that time. So when you're not at the right place, it's for example. And I don't like to make it seem like I'm talking about people.
Right.
So I have somebody that I know.
Right.
And I'm a thinker. Anybody that really know me, she said something earlier. When people know me, they know who I am. So me, everybody that know me, know I'm a thinker. I'm not going to buy a car if I know I can't afford it. I'm not going to move in a house if I know I can't pay for it. And the sad thing is, we need to think before we act. I could give an example. This person got this apartment. They knew they couldn't really afford it, but they got it. And especially, we depend on others. Going forward for our young black people, period. Think before you react. Because at the end of the day, don't work off of emotion because it'll hurt you. And it'll make your kids look at you less. And it might not be the case.
Yep.
That's a fact.
Go ahead.
I want to give a quick input on something he said, something about like not being close to your parents. I won't always, the way my mama is, we won't always locked in like
No.
this. I grew up beef with my mama. I used to talk about my mama always. Like, I'm talking about how I'm talking to a dirty bitch in the street with her, like, talking to her crazy, feel me? But it just came to time, like, what I gotta understand is, like, what y'all gotta understand is, like, your mother may or may not be doing wrong. You might be ignorant or not, but you gotta, like, for me, I had to sit back and see what I'm doing wrong. Like, for situations you get control, you gotta adjust. And what you gotta understand is, it's always gonna be little things your mother that's gonna make you think, she blowing my shit. You gonna sit back like, damn, she blowing my shit. Like, you sit back in your room, close your door, lock your shit, like, she really blowing my shit. Like, damn, I can't even feel me. But you gotta just, like, you gotta see what you doing wrong, adjust how you acting. And if you can't control the situation, adjust. That's what everything in life, you can't control, adjust. You feel me? That's just how you gotta operate. You know?
He's absolutely right when he says we did not have a perfect relationship.
But nobody has a perfect.
I mean,
none
even
is designed to be perfect.
It's not.
Not even
with mother
friendly.
and son,
It was
or father and son. It's
I
not
had-
designed like that.
I had his older brother feed into him, right? Because he wanted his own way. And I'm 45, but my oldest is 26. So do the math. Right? And we grew up together.
I was just about to say that. Y'all grew up
Literally.
together, so all of your mistakes and bumps and bruises, they took with you. You know what I mean? So they're going to make judgment. They're going to feel a certain type of way, but they got to look at it from your perspective too. You're learning why you're trying to
While
be
I'm
a mother
trying-
at the same time.
And
So
I
that's
wasn't
where-
perfect.
Yeah, that's where a lot of people fall off at because it's going to be trial and error. It's just the only difference is they're there to see it. So they're going to pass judgment. They're going to feel a way about it because while you learning to get your shit together and how to keep your apartments and how to get an apartment within your means, they there for the whole fucking ride. And a lot of the times the father's not there or the people who made promises that they would be there to help you and see you through it is the same people in his ear when you leave out bringing adult shit to a child. Oh, she should have did this. Oh, she knew she couldn't get that apartment. Oh, she knew TRA was going to run out. TRA is 2 years.
That's another thing. I didn't have the opportunity, like I was saying, to be fucky, and I didn't have the opportunity to be on welfare. I sold drugs from the age of 24. No, I'm lying. There I go lying. I was 19 the first kilo I transported. When I moved to Jamaica, back to Jamaica, and they found that I had a passport, I was the cash cow.
Yeah.
Well, you can't get indicted now.
No, I can't. It's over 20 years.
So
Yeah,
basically, you telling us you were swallowing it.
I was the only
Big
human.
belly.
1.5 kilos every trip.
Get it in.
376 grams. Every time.
That's
So I
a little
didn't
bit
get
shorter than a key.
because I would
A key is
throw up a
1,000
little bit.
grams.
No, so if I pause. What? Do your numbers.
Hold up.
Yeah, do your numbers, sir.
Nah, a key is 1,000 grams. I'm up to the. Come on now, you messing me up.
Oh, so I'm saying it
You
wrong.
He got a key in the car right now.
messing me up.
3,000.
Nah, don't do that, bro. I'm not that game.
He got a key in the car right now.
That's all he got.
Look, I had to get him
my
back.
keys.
Yeah, keys.
No.
yeah,
I had to get him back.
my
He got
door
my car broken into for some Cartier glasses because he said, look, he got these glasses in the car.
Now he got another pair.
Yeah.
He's showing off.
Now, I ain't
Well,
gonna
listen,
hold you.
So I
He
said
bought me
another
another
I
pair.
had
I meant to
Same
say 3,026 grams. I apologize.
So was you a shy of half a key?
I was
You were
sometimes a little
swallowing a
over
lot.
because I can swallow and I could fit. If they built a long 7-inch by 26, I could sit on it.
So listen, remember, ladies, again and gentlemen, you gotta love yourself. At that time, she didn't know herself.
No, it wasn't even that. My
was
mother's property
manipulation.
that again, I wasn't into that. I wasn't that young girl that you could trick. Right? I come from money.
So why you was smuggling?
My father is Tony Brown from Shotters, top show posse, top flight security. I never had to do it. That's what I said earlier. I never had to do none of that. My mother was an attorney all my life. Aunt Norton, who just passed away, rest in peace, that's my aunt, who had robbed the Jamaican government of so many millions of dollars, but she was an attorney when I went to school. She paid for me to go to school. I was that bitch. I didn't have to do that. I was an American-born child with a blue passport from the gate. I ain't have to do that. I did it because I wanted to. I got up and said, you offer me $1 million, Jamaican dollars, and I'm sitting down chilling in Jamaica. My mother giving me everything. I got a helper. I got a driver take me to school. Sometimes Sprague Benz take me. Sometimes Frisco Kids. Sometimes Terry Lennon. I was that shit. My mother's Monifa Hilton. She was the host of 4 of the Grammys for Jamaica. I forget what the name they call it, but she hosted it for 4 years. My mother is someone in Jamaica. I know people that know other motherfuckers. So I didn't have to do that.
So why did you choose?
It came to me one day, I'm sitting in the hood, fresh from Jamaica, from New York, and I go. And every time I come, we run boat. We run boat. $10,000. Okay, $10,000. Buy the food. This is Jamaican dollars.
Talking about food.
Yeah, we cooking food. Run board. This food cooking.
So he understands.
The person that came to me was my homeboy. I grew up with him because I'm from Marvelly. Even though my mother bought a house on the top of the hill, I was from the hood, from the ghetto. I'm from Marvelly originally, Kingston 13. My mother money just lifted us from short to the road up into the hills part. Right? When I got there, we sitting there chatting. I'm drinking, smoking, we eating. Then my talk, hear me. You need somebody with a passport with an eagle on it? I got that.
It's that
man,
mental
It was
health
on.
again.
that man showed me 350,000 Jamaican dollars. He said, "You take this." I said, "With me to my mom's house?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "What you want me to do?" This. I said, "Oh, I can do that. I have 2 kids. I can bring one with me. No problem." And for 6 years, I took him and his brother. And every time I got to the place where they got to scan you, I just pinched him. For 2.5 years, I pinched the fuck out of him and he took off running. Ping. The lady said, "Oh my God, catch him." Stomach full of coke. Swear to God. Same thing with my oldest. That's what I did.
You
Making
was
it work.
one luck. 'Cause at that time, you would have been doing decades. Of
Oh, okay, I'd have still been there. Let's not even talk about it busting in my belly and killing my dumb
Yeah.
ass on a flight. Because I was only going to England. That's a 14-hour flight from Jamaica.
Or the 7.5 that you got tucked in your
Coochie.
lady business,
Oh.
popping and
Sit on
killing your
it-
nerves
sit on
for
it
the
like
rest
this.
of your life.
Sitting like this on the plane the whole flight.
It popping and kill your nerves
The
for the
whole
rest of your
flight.
life.
And he
Everything.
didn't even have the nerve to put you in first class.
Oh, I was always traveling good. Don't you do that.
You trying to say she was traveling spirit?
Disrespectful.
I only do that.
Disrespect-
Give me the big seats. I'm traveling
They
spirit.
give you a lump sum, I go. 2 days, get to England.
But back to the mental health.
This is where it comes from.
Okay.
And a lot of these
Trauma.
ladies, instead
Pinching
of
him and making him run, you could have made him go
no,
crazy.
my trauma came before him. I was
No, I'm talking
molested
about
by
with
my
him.
half brother.
Him having trauma
No.
could have came from him being
Him
pinched
falling
and
on
run.
his head was his trauma. He's a fool. Y'all don't know the half, right? That's where a lot of it comes from. And my mental health was before I even decided to do any of that. Long before that. I just said to y'all, my half brother molested me from the time I was 8 to 10.
Crazy. And somebody probably did it to him.
I went through this
Prior to
homeless
that.
situation as an adult. This was just 78 years ago, bruh.
But you could see though the difference is what we saying is you can
Go get
express
help.
yourself.
I want y'all to go get help.
Most of these people not gonna express that.
You don't
and they
have to
still
express
got
it
by-
to someone that you
Not
know.
to us, they
No.
can go, but they don't even want to go see a
But that's what I'm
therapist.
saying. They got them online now. They have apps. Just like this app that's going to help you get a job that's sponsoring this show. There's apps for mental health. I see them on TikTok every day. I see them on Instagram every day. Just reach out. Your insurance will cover it. If you're employed or unemployed, your Medicaid will pay for it. Talk
Facts.
to some fucking body, bruh. Before you slit your own wrist or someone else's by accident.
And don't be ashamed to talk about it because it's always somebody
the
with a
fuck?
worse situation than yours.
Always.
Always.
You know the app. Follow it. Quickest way to get a job. On the money. We're going to wrap up the mental health part of it all. What we were basically saying is I want men and women. Your sexuality doesn't make you greater than another. Your gender doesn't make you greater. Who you acknowledge yourself as these days, because these days, if you want to be called a millionaire, I have to call you that. Go and get help, pumpkin seed. It's not going to hurt anyone but yourself if you don't. Do it for your kids. Do it for yourself. Do it for your partner. Do it for your family. Do it for your siblings. Do it because it matters to someone that really gives a shit about you. Now we're going to step into something really deep. Some of y'all don't know yourselves enough to want to step into a realm of spirituality. We're not speaking on any one religion because I don't define under anything. I believe in reality and what can happen, the possibilities in life. As much as you might pray, as much as you might pay dua, as much as you might drink wine, break bread, spirituality is a thing that's within. And I'm going to let two people that are kind of close to it understand it better than I, because I can never speak on something that I'm not familiar with. And that's QUAWN and my son Reggie. I want to ask you guys individually, what is spirituality to you?
Nah, you rock and roll. Go ahead.
Okay. Spirituality, there's a lot of different meanings, but I mean, not necessarily me. My personal meaning for spirituality is just learning about is knowledge of self, getting insight in yourself and about your ancestors and just trying to become close to yourself through food and through whether it's prayer, meditation, whatever you plan to do, just becoming closer to yourself in an inner aspect. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know.
He hit it on the head. I believe that you got to start from within. I'm not going to tell anybody what to believe in, but try to find something to believe in or familiarize yourself with, and you got to basically love and be loved. I mean, you got to start from within and you work from within out. You can't bring something in if you don't have a clean inside. Meaning,
how do you get that
your thought process. Okay. You got to think. You got to take time to yourself. You got to love on you. You can't love nobody else if you don't love on you, and that's all spirituality. It's like it start from there. It start from loving yourself and knowing yourself. And to do that, you have to find a place where you could do that with yourself. Everybody try to bring their family members in. They try to bring, oh, my husband is a part of my spirituality, my children. Nobody count when it comes down to that except for you, because it's starting in with you. You can't be a justice or help to anybody else spiritually if you didn't find it within yourself. So I think you need to do that.
And that's crazy because I call it annoying. My son, he tells me everything. And as a 21-year-old, newly 21, like, why do you have so much to say to me? He just wants to let it all out. And once upon a time, I'd be like, just get the fuck, get.
You're his sponge. That's your job.
And that's what I
and
got.
You got to be happy that he's allowing you that, because that's an intimate part of him that most men don't want to share, especially with their mother. So if he could feel comfortable enough with you to share that with you, be happy. Be his sponge. Be a bigger sponge. Say, hey, you got anything you want to tell me today? Go and ask him. And that's another thing that wraps back into mental health. Sometimes you need somebody to talk to, and you don't want to start the conversation or you don't want to initiate it. So check in on him sometimes the same way he should check in on you.
And you know,
be his sponge, and he be yours.
I try, and he can testify. Like, I'll be like, you don't want to come talk to your mother today? And I tell him, come in my room. Even if it's to come to smoke a L, he know I want to pick his brain. You know what I mean? Sure. I asked the both of you this because I won't say that I'm completely blind to it or don't know about spirituality, because I've gotten there. My mother's Rastafarian, and that's where it started for him. It's open. It wasn't like a closed thing where, you know, you raised Baptist and you better just know that. He was open to mad shit, so he was able to pick it. Now, my question for you is, what makes you feel like how you feel today? How you're like, I'm that guy.
All right, I want you to ask me that question again, but I want to give insight on what you said.
Okay.
It sort of was open, but I never had nobody putting that in my face. Like, I'm saying, I knew of the Christian God of the Bible. I'm saying, that's what I heard. I heard Baptist, my mother spoke on it, Pentecostal, shit like that. But me personally, like my spiritual, the path I'm on now, I feel like I chose myself. There's people that's always been giving me, like, you know, the push to, like, because a lot of things that I do spiritually now, I thought of, but it took someone to repeat it to me. Like, even the little things, like, I'll be thinking of it all day and somebody say to me, I'm like, all right, let me get into that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, for me, my spiritual path is, I feel like the full 180 spin changing was me, myself. You feel me? Like, I ain't wanna, like, because it kind of goes to mental health, but it's spiritual at the same time. Like, motherfuckers be having real demons up here, and they pop that pill to suppress that demon. Like, me personally, I was stuck in my room a whole year fighting shit, seeing shit, all type of shit. I'm fighting the same shit I went through, I done did, that I knew was wrong, but I did it because these my homies, I love you, gang. You feel me? This love, you know what I'm saying? So it's like,
all that fake love that the streets give.
Right. And then, like, I'm going through shit that I done did. I'm going through shit I ain't never seen in my life. I'm seeing weird shit I ain't never, nothing, feel me? So it's like, I just figured out that shit ain't, that shit.
How did you deal with that? If you saw something that you never really saw, or you saw something that wasn't real to you, how did you deal with that? I mean, I know because you talk to me, but we talking to them.
I mean, like, me personally, I guess you say I'm a little tough because what I did was I always sit down with myself and at that time I started to sit down and ask myself like, damn, like I started to tell myself like, damn, you fucked up, like you did, like I used to hurt my brothers, like I'm doing this, I'm ready to go blowing him off this pill because he did something to me, feel me? Like, so it took me sitting down like, you tweaking, boy, like what's wrong with you? You tweaking, like you know what I'm saying?
To yourself.
You know what I'm saying? Like real, like I usually sit down hours all day, like you tweaking, like what the fuck is wrong with you? Why the fuck was you outside? You know what I'm saying? Like, or why was you doing this at this time? You ain't have to do this at this time. If you stay home this day, you in the, you know what I'm saying?
And to chime off that, when he did things, he went mute in our house for days.
That's him fighting
He
his
didn't
own
talk to
demons. And it
nobody.
always got to start within. That's him fighting his demons. And sometimes the way to get the best out of life far as yourself is to take a look at yourself. He checked himself. Sometimes you can't check nobody.
Right.
I mean, I'm a motherfucker who I feel like I really can't be checked. This is very, I don't know a person who could come to me and say, blase, blase, blah. You can make suggestions.
Right.
Or you could bring something to me and I'll look and go,
That's
know
a
what,
fact,
you're right.
yeah.
Might be right.
I mean, certain people like, that's my brother. Jahfari, my brother, we go back years. And he'd pull me to the side and tell me shit. Only way I accept is if I'm willing and ready to. But he put it out there because that's his job. Same way with me. I say, oh, Black, you wildin', da-da-da-da. And I tell him, and sometimes he's like, man, fuck you, Quan, get out my face. Or he might say, yo, you know what? You right.
He does the same thing.
And then he'll be like, all right, you right. Don't keep talking about it.
Yeah, leave it alone. Right.
Yeah. But the way that you come to those terms is look from within. Like him checking himself, him sitting in the room thinking like, yo, you tripping. I mean, I've been there. I've been in the spots where I had bad thoughts. I did bad shit. And I will find a way to rationalize with it from within. I'll find a way to make it seem okay to me.
Like it was okay.
Yeah, I will pacify myself. But only one who could really check me is me. Like, yo, motherfucker, you know that wasn't right. You could act like it was all right, or you might say, okay, well, I did it because of that. And if they didn't do that, I wouldn't have did this. Nah, that ain't how it really worked, bro. You did some bullshit. You looked for an opportunity. You found that you did some bullshit. Now you're trying to blame them for what you did.
That go back to what you saying. What you saying, like, with these kids, like, you got to present, like, a way to, like, get their mind out of it. Because when I was in the streets heavy, you couldn't come up to me and say to me, yo, this, and that. What? Suck my aunt. You bug. You bug.
That's MD. I hear that shit a million times.
Like, you feel me? Like, you gotta, like, really, like, tell these niggas, like, you know what I'm saying? Like how you was saying earlier.
When you saying tell them, you been to your friend's house?
Yeah.
Most of their mother and father almost the same age. Most of them
I said that earlier.
were fiends, or you gotta understand to just, pray for them and just move. Because it's
stay
broke
stagnant.
already. You can't, it's not their fault.
That go back to what you saying with what the spirituality conversation we having. Like, me personally, like, I don't just dig down to the mindset. I go further because I was blessed enough to just have for the shit to be happening in my head and me sit down and think and me transition. But a lot of shit go down to the shit we eating too. Like, you gotta think about, like, we literally set up, like, you gotta think schools, hospitals, and prisons got a similar layout. Like, we set up to be fucked up. They set this shit up to where everything gonna be close, where you go outside, you walk 2 streets down, you look up, it's the ops. Now you gotta, feel me? So it's like, they set this up for you to be fucked up in the head. And then they put this crazy shit in the store. You can't find nothing healthy. You feel me? You gotta travel 100 miles, spend $100.
Man, it costs $1 million to eat healthy.
You feel me? So it's like, like, the food go hand, again, it's a mindset you gotta have.
Yeah, but it goes hand in hand.
The food, again, we eating bullshit every single day. You know what I'm saying? We in school eating bullshit every day.
It's the shit we eat, shit we watch, shit we do, the company we keep,
England,
the places
Europe,
we go.
Europe has so many bans on things that America, free reigns, gives it to you free.
Yeah.
Europe bans it. It's banned. They haven't sold it in their country in 40 years. We still got it at the fucking corner store, bruh.
Yeah.
But
that's when you got to take your time and do your own due diligence. When you got to start checking shit and realizing what's right for you, what's wrong for you.
What's wrong for you?
I mean, as a kid, I grew up with family members. Everybody had their own little things going for the most part, but all the children would come to my grandmother's house and eat sugar rice. Sugar rice is a big ass pot of rice with a stick or two of butter, a can of canned milk, and a half a fucking bag of sugar. And we'd be fucking zooming through the house, acting crazy, doing shit. And we was getting beatings for this. We was getting in trouble for it. I didn't think in my head that y'all whooping our ass for doing all this crazy stuff that we doing, but the crazy stuff we doing come from this sugar that you gave to us. Then they say, oh, QUAWN, you fat. You giving me a bowl full of diabetes every time it's time for me to eat. So, of course, I'm going to be overweight. Now, that make other problems. Now, my cousins make jokes. Oh, he fat. Now I fuck up one of my cousins. Next thing you know, I'm in trouble. So it all turns back into each other. I mean, so it's like...
Today, I call crazy. That shit slave food. Collard greens, pig feet, hog mugs, fucking catfish.
Cow foot soup.
Watch your mouth.
Cow foot soup.
Ooh, you just made
all the hairs all floating in the cup.
You just made my activation, my superpowers activate. Don't do that.
Listen, I tried it.
No,
I tried it.
That is the Caribbean slave food. No, you're absolutely right.
I'm gonna call him a joker because he gave me cow foot soup the first time. Like, yo, check the soup out. And I didn't know what it was. So I'm like, yeah, this shit rocking. He know not to give me pork. So I knew we was 100. So I'm like, damn, this shit good. He's like, yeah, it's cow foot soup. I said, having cow foot
gives
soup.
you stamina. You didn't.
What about
you didn't get anybody pregnant that
I got too much stamina as it is. I'm hoping to get old so the stamina die down some.
That ruined it for you.
Yeah.
But that is also a Caribbean slave food. Just like, all right, goat head soup, cow foot, some parts of the jerk pork, they jerked whatever was left and we had to eat it.
The leftover, like
the
oxtail.
Right, oxtail. We have that.
Delicacy.
But I still call those foods slave soup.
Like pickles and
in the collard greens that they gave back in the day was a big piece of a pig and mostly fat.
Yeah, for flavor.
Fat back. That's what they said. It was for flavor. That's what they told us.
No, but it was. It did flavor the food. I've had pork.
And we died before 50.
Yeah.
Moving forward.
That brings us back to another topic. I'm just thinking about something. Why do women live longer than men? I'm gonna give y'all the answer.
Why do you think?
From a basic standpoint, I'm gonna go deep into that, but it's really, mental health with men. It's a spiritual thing too. But mental health with men and everything, like we be going through shit and we don't say shit. Like you were saying earlier, we conditioned to sit back and be like, all right, motherfucker be going through shit. Motherfucker be sit there smiling at you. He find demons. He ready to kill somebody.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
Exactly.
So it's like,
why do women live longer than men? Yeah. I'm gonna blow your mind with the answer though.
Well, mentally, like I said, you could say statistically, men be having a lot of shit on their head and don't be letting it out.
More stressed out.
And then boom, and then when they do let it out, you know what happens? Motherfucker be using it against you or type shit. I personally let my shit out because that ain't gonna ever happen to me. But you feel me? Like that's a basic thing. Another thing is it's really for men and women. It's like the food. Like motherfucker be eating
the food is a thing.
Like,
but
for me,
what people don't realize is that men are conditioned to be the forefathers, the leaders, the providers, everything. You ever think that in a relationship that's ideal, the woman stay home, she watch the kids, she get them off to school, and she got the day for herself. While the man got to go out and work 8 hours, then do another 8 hours, and he come home, then he still got to be a father, a husband, and a provider. So he burning his candle on both ends. Women live a lot longer than we do simply because of that. And we try our hardest to take care of the women and to do these things for the women and to provide for these women. So we going out and working all of these shifts.
No acceptiano. No acceptiano.
Nah, I agree with that.
Shut
but
up.
At the same time, it's like,
first of all, when you men go out and work, you're 8 hours. You're 8 hours.
Sometimes 16.
Whatever. And we're home with those 2 and 3 and 4 children that you made with us.
What about the women with no children?
I let you talk.
Come on, let's go. Let's get into it. This is my field. Let's go.
All right. And we're at home all day. And 9 times out of 10, if we have 4 kids, at least 2 of them are in school. So I only have to worry about 2. Right? All day, let's say 2-year-old and 6-year-old, or a 4-year-old and a 6-year-old.
They should be in school.
Right? Not the 4-year-old. The 6-year-old gets out at 12 because nowadays in America that 5 years old is only half a day. Let's get into it.
Okay, let's do it.
All right. And you're gone from 7 a.m. and you don't come back till 7 p.m., right? And you expect to come home to a clean house, food, because you did provide all day, right? And these kids in order so that you can at least say, why the hell my house, some life in there.
Mm-hmm.
We've been there the same hours you've been at work. We've been in the house caring for these 2 kids that we made together, making sure you have a meal so that you come in happy. You have to be a father and a husband because that's your condition. You don't got to come in and do a goddamn thing. Kiss me. How was your day, baby? Them kids drove you crazy. Come here, let me rub you on your booty.
Okay.
And you sit the fuck down.
Let's go.
Right?
Now, what about the woman who don't have any kids? What about the woman who live in a condo somewhere, who go out and buy Louis and Gucci and all these different things, and she don't have nothing to worry about while this man busting his ass to provide these things for her, and then got to come home and give her sex and give her mental stimulation as well? What about those women? Those are the women I'm addressing. I'm not addressing the woman who got 5 kids and she got to clean the house and feed them. I'm talking about the little bougie chicks who sit around and want all this shit while some joker going to work busting his ass to provide for her, not knowing he put himself in the grave because he's sleep deprived. He's every type of deprived he could be because he's trying to do something for her. Talk about that one.
That's the
He's a
woman.
stupid nigga.
He is.
Dumb fuck.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Now,
Stupid. Because I didn't raise my men to be like that. My
that's why he
sons,
died
That's the
early.
I
woman
don't.
you pick.
And that's, hold on. That's why you can't say all men. You can't say that. Because the majority of the men, let's just use statistics, the ones that have the mothers that had them at 19, 18, 16, and they growing up together, right? That bitch is gonna drive their father crazy, or any man that she pick up after that, the fuck mad. You know why? Because that bitch is miserable. She's so unhappy within.
Why?
Because she made herself like that. I'm not.
Come on, give me a high five on that one. There we go.
She did that. That's just like I said to Jahfari earlier. We was talking in the car. How we can't allow, as women, I was molested from 8 to 10 by my half brother. That didn't ruin me.
Because you didn't allow it to.
I would, and that's what I want y'all to do. That's why I want y'all to go get help. It don't have to ruin you. It don't have to make you hateful towards every man creature. It don't have to make you. First of all, we don't want you over here on the L side. We don't want you if you've been through 57 men and now the shit flap like bat wings and now you want to settle. We don't want you. I'll let you know right now. We ain't that in need of lesbians.
Oh man, she just
don't want you.
She kicked every skis out the G-Rod on a lesbian
We
tip.
don't want you. We ain't that desperate for a squad. Our gang is big. We got Ellen. That's the problem. These bitches.
Hey, Black, you gonna leave that one alone, huh?
These bitches, and that's why
He
it
don't
goes
want no
back
paint
to
on his car.
who you
He don't
pick.
want his businesses.
It goes back to the bitch.
looted.
Y'all pick a bitch for that surface. When you see a bitch, you don't see what's inside. If she have degrees, if she graduated high school, if her mama raised her right, do her
How you
siblings.
know she telling the truth? Some people be saying they got all that, and then when you find out they ain't got nothing.
That's why you don't ask a person shit. You read them.
But you're still gonna take damage collaterally because at the close of the day, it's gonna be collateral damage simply because you're gonna have to give this person time to find out who they is. Now you find this out a year down the line. You
No,
done gave
it
this
shouldn't
person
take that
a year.
long. It shouldn't take that long. I'm gonna use this young man right here. If you meet a bitch in the street tomorrow, right? Bad bitch. Ooh, look like she could suck a dick through a fence hole. Right? 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 But you meet this bitch as a hustler. I'm a hustler in these streets.
You know what he gonna do?
And I meet-
He gonna give her half of his bag,
I
make sure
hope
she
the
high as
fuck
hell,
not.
and meet her at her spot with the grip in his pocket and 5 condoms.
I would hope not. In
That's
the
what he
name of
doing.
Jesus.
And he only gonna use those condoms for the first month. Anything after the first month, he going raw.
And that's crazy. And that's what's wrong with him. And that's what's wrong with him right there. No, you speaking facts. It may not be you statistically, but he's speaking facts. He's speaking fact. And that's where y'all go wrong every single time.
The first 3 nights, he got the strap on her nightstand. He got a bunch of condoms,
Whole bunch of money right
some
there,
perks.
with some weed,
He put his
some
money.
pills. See it.
He count his work in
So
front of
she
her
could
so
see
she could
it.
know he got the bag. He like, yeah, I usually make more than this.
Whole time she plotting to rob him or some dumb shit.
Whole time she got her brother downstairs listening. He gonna try to cook you when you come outside. Now you gotta bust his ass. You paying lawyer fees.
Again,
she gonna tell.
This is who you meet and where you meet them.
Man, you can meet them in church. If they want to be crooked, they're gonna be crooked.
Me and Jahfari having an event. We're not even doing it in Jersey. I'm gonna invite y'all. I'm gonna bring y'all around a bunch of. I don't know if you have relationships. I don't even give a fuck. I'm gonna show you it's people, places, and things. You can be who you are. It's a rich bitch right now want a young drug dealer right now with some dick. Right now. Right now, today. You just gotta say the right thing and stay there, right there. Even if you gotta sell your drugs to her friends.
Only ones who they not going for nowadays is Haitians.
Yeah, they gonna put roots on you.
They leave the Haitians with the Haitians.
Motherfuckers gonna sprinkle a little something on you. Now let me. I knew why he was doing that. Shut up. This is the family.
They gonna leave the Haitians where they are.
This is the family. We love to laugh. We love to live, but we love to be honest. We like to bring it to you as raw and uncut as we possibly can on YouTube. We never want to make you feel like we're somebody that we're not. Guests that we bring, me and my co-host, we are as real as it comes. Be yourself. You can't lose by being yourself. You will never, ever, ever not be counted when you're yourself. It's when you try to be somebody else that you fucking
easier said than done, but
I mean, why is it easier said than done?
because
When
it's some people you could be giving them facts, showing them. They gotta
separate
learn on
from
their
them.
own.
Separate from them.
You
If
can't-
they not,
you can't
that's
say-
like you're playing a game of cards, right? So we all playing spades, right? It's my partner. That's your partner. We can't show each other hands, but I'm giving him all kind of singles with my eyes that I got every spade.
That's how she be cheating.
Yeah, see how she cheat?
Every spade in my hand. He may or may not catch that I got every spade. It's up to me and him.
Yeah.
You feel me? That's what I want for everybody. You don't have to know. We didn't know it. I became a mom and married at the age of 17. I had a whole lot to learn. I'm 45 today.
At the close of the day, you came in this world by yourself, you're going to leave by yourself.
And
the facade that you paint for people, you know the truth, and they probably do too. So it's better to just be who you are opposed to making this person who you want to be, because when the lights turn out, you are who you are, nobody different.
But in most situations, people change you to try to change you to be who they want you to be.
Not even just change you, like you should just saying like being yourself. Like I know a motherfucker personally, you know, like he be thinking like me, he be talking like me, but he can't be around the homies like that. He come out the crib and see the motherfuckers every day. He gotta be this snappy motherfucker ready to twitch, like, cause that just, you know what I'm saying, like that's you gotta be what you
who he present himself as.
You feel me? Like, you know what I'm saying? So
Once you paint that picture, you got to live in it. You got to stay there. And people don't realize that. Once the picture is painted, the people are going to keep you in this place that you painted. You know what I mean? It could be something that you painted on purpose, or it could be just circumstance of life. You could be in the streets hustling, getting money. People going to think you got money forever. You could never say, yo, I don't got it no more. That shit gone. I done burnt that. That shit is dub.
No facts.
That's why I got family members who don't speak to me because they
Facts.
think I'm the same QUAWN I used to be. Or they
Back
think I'm
then.
shaking and moving when I'm not. They don't know. It's like, okay, I got to pay this bill. I got to pay that.
Right.
I can't do this today. I can't do that. They might see a nice ass car and say, okay, he got it. Nah, motherfucker, the change that you wanted, I spent on that nice ass car. So we could go ride in that motherfucker
we can
together,
ride around.
but I can't give you the change for it because it's in that fucking car that got to be maintained, that got to be paid for. That's where the change
But
went.
they
And it's
gonna be like-
mine, so I should be able to spend it.
Yeah, but they're gonna be like, if you ain't happy, you won't be driving that nice car. So
But the deal
No,
is, you
but
know what
that's
people
not-
fuck up at? People count
It's
your bread.
assumption. Yeah,
they
they
shouldn't
count.
do that. A person should take what you say for face value when it comes to your papers. They should.
let's just say face value for everything, because I'm going to use a perfect example. When we had John here the other day, after my interview with John said, Lips, I didn't know that you spoke so well. I didn't know you were educated like this. All I know you was as a drunk that's loud at parties. I said, bitch, I have a degree. Been in the same job for 13. She says, you're shocked. Like, I'm shocked. And again, it's perception.
Your perception
It's
is
who
reality.
I want you to see me as when I go outside.
Perception is reality. People
Every time I
believe
go
what they see.
outside. Because I want to be tough. I don't want you to think you can cross me.
When I met you, I didn't think you understood English.
Shut your fucking mouth.
I didn't understand you spoke. I didn't know you spoke English. I said, "Oh shit, she's talking." And you was reading too. It's like, yo, she's speaking English
Not
and
talking
reading.
and reading.
She got to the stop sign and knew what to do. I said, yo, who taught you to
I'm gonna
read?
slap the fuck out of him. I hate him
Who
so
taught her
bad.
to read?
I hate him so bad.
She got in here. She's like, oh, I don't want that one. I'd rather have this one over there. Well, damn. This ain't the Lips I saw on Instagram when I was doing my homework. I'd rather not. Do you guys have grapefruit pawn?